Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. CarVisionLA here. After spending the week with this brand new 2019 beautiful Mercedes-Benz E450, I have absolutely fallen in love with the car. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things I absolutely love about this vehicle. Some cool and insane features coming right up. The first thing I love about the 2019 Mercedes E450, I'm going to give you full disclosure, it is not standard equipment. It is actually an $850 option, but if you're dropping this much money to get a car like this, $850 is probably not a ton of cash. So I highly recommend you look for this car with this specific option. If not, order a car with this option. It's $850. But what is it? Well, it is the dual 12.3-inch gauge cluster. Now, the Mercedes E-Class 2016 and up come with, I believe, a 12.3-inch screen, standard, but that is just the infotainment screen. You can also get the gauge cluster as a 12.3-inch display, just like the S-Class. This really ups this car's game, makes it feel super premium, makes it feel like a baby S-Class. Who doesn't want a baby S-Class? If you don't want to buy the S-Class, you want that dual display, you can get it in this car for just $850, and in the grand scheme of things, that is not a ton of money. Well, what does it get you? Well, it's fully customizable. There are tons of options. You can customize the way the gauge cluster looks. You can customize what's displayed on there. If you want the odometer, you can show that. If you want the fuel economy, you can show that. If you even want a map from the navigation system, you can show that, which is a really cool feature. The animations, the graphics, the resolution is great. It just pops, especially at night. And also, did I mention this car supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto? Nope, I did not. Well, now I'm telling you, it supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you get the best of both worlds. This car really goes to a completely different level when you option that specific package. The second thing I love about the 2019 Mercedes-Benz E450 is the interior ambient lighting. Now, I'll tell you right now, this is standard across the board on E-Class models. This is the upgraded E450. The base model is the E300. The only real difference is the engines. We'll talk about that later in the full review. You should stay tuned for. But the ambient lighting is a really cool feature. Not that it provides any extra functionality. It's just cool to show to your friends, cool to make your car look super premium and really high end. So basically, there are light strips in the interior hidden underneath the trim, and you can change them in the infotainment system up to 64 different colors. So if you're feeling purple one day, well, you can change it to purple. If you're feeling red, change it to red. If you're feeling it green, change it to green. And there are 64 different shades. So if you want a lighter purple, put it on lighter purple. If you want darker purple, put it on darker purple. Light green, put it on light green. You know what? It's up to you, and there are 64, as I said, different possibilities. You can even change it to a multicolor setting. So if you want some of the lighting to be one color and the other part of the lighting to be another color, you can do that too. It's a Mercedes-Benz. What do you expect? Like I said before, it's more of a cool feature that just kind of adds some clout to the car, kind of makes the car feel really premium, and you can show to your friends and family and say, hey, look what my car can do. This is one of my favorite features of the car because it's not like it's necessary at all. It's just really cool, and that's the kind of stuff you can expect in luxury cars, especially Mercedes-Benz. The third thing I love about the 2019 Mercedes-Benz E450 is the camera system. Now, I've driven older Mercedes, I've driven older E-Classes, and I have to say their camera systems were absolutely horrendous. However, for this generation of the E-Class as well as the S-Class and some of other Mercedes models, they absolutely knocked it out of the park with the camera system. What do I mean? Well, this car has a top-down view camera. Now, that's pretty standard across many luxury cars, but in my opinion, Mercedes does it the best. So basically, a top-down view camera, if you do not know what it is, the car has about 5 or 6 cameras on board around the perimeter of it. It basically takes those cameras and stitches them together to make it look like there's a drone or a bird hovering above you, so you're like looking down on the car. This really is helpful when parking the car. It also has a traditional backup camera with trajectory lines. It even tells you the track of the tires as well as the track of the rear end, so you can kind of tell where the car is going and what else it's going to clear. It also has that in the front, and they are very, very high resolution. It also has parking sensors and a whole plethora of different features that allow you to park this car with ease. This car even has automatic parking, so that is a package, but if it finds a spot, you can press the button, the car will steer itself, back itself into a space. It'll perpendicular park, it'll parallel park. This car, you have no excuse hitting anything or hitting the curb when parking this vehicle. Number 4 is acceleration. Now, the base E300 produces about 250 horsepower, give or take, from its inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's pretty respectable. This car has the upgraded bi-turbo V6, producing 362 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. Now, what does that translate to? Well, it translates to a 0 to 60 time of about 5 seconds. That's all you really need in a car like this. Now, it's not going to throw you far back in your seat like the Ferrari I drove about a month ago, but for a Mercedes E-Class that weighs well over 4,000 pounds with a V6 engine, this car just flies on the freeway. Combine that with the intelligent 4MATIC all-wheel drive, this car has a ton of traction, and if you want to pass someone, overtake someone, just tap the accelerator, the car just goes. You're not gonna be disappointed at all with the acceleration of the E450. Now, I can't speak as much for the E300. I've driven the car, but not on the freeway, so I've never really tried to pass someone, but 250 horsepower is pretty good. I personally own a VW GTI with a 2-liter 4-cylinder, and that has plenty of get up and go. So I assume the E300 will be pretty respectable in that regard as well. But the E450, it's the acceleration, that's all you need. Now, if you really want to break some necks with your daily driver, get the E63S AMG if you can afford it, or the E43. If you just want to get from point A to point B in a luxurious manner with a ton of tech, then get the E450, you'll be just fine. And last but certainly not least, how can we make a video on a Mercedes-Benz and not mention ride quality? I hit a couple potholes on the road the other day, and this car just took them like a cloud. This car literally rides like a magic carpet. I am not kidding you. Go test drive one, you'll see what I mean. The suspension is so refined, so smooth. This car rides like a cloud. You're not gonna feel anything, especially on smooth roads like on a freeway. I will go over this more in depth in my pro review coming soon, but take my word for it, this car, the suspension is it's out of this world. That's all I can really tell you until you actually experience the car for yourself. Well, guys, that is going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to smash that like button, give me a big fat thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel to join the CarVisionLA crew, one of the coolest and quickest growing automotive communities here on the great platform of YouTube. Come on, it's free. What are you waiting for? Dish out a quick sub. You will not regret it. While you're at it, follow me on Instagram at CarVisionLA for news updates, exclusive content, and giveaway notifications. And also, stay tuned for the full review of this beautiful 2019 Mercedes E450 coming soon to the channel. I'll catch you all next week with a brand new video. Peace out.